Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your January 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading and before we begin this meditation, just be mindful that there is somebody who is impersonating me down in the comment box below, soliciting you for readings. They are giving you out an email address. The last one they were using was daneharttarot@yahoo.com. It is not me. Don't respond to them. Just ignore them, and hopefully they will go away. They have been reported. All right. So let's now dive into this reading, clearing the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, 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 Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. All right. And let's see what the chakra energy has to say. Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Fantastic. Okay. So we have here abundance, the root chakra, which is always beautiful to see. Then we have forgiveness, the heart chakra. And we have inspiration, the sacral chakra. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, on the left-hand side here, we have the inner self. The middle is the heart, the emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. And what's so beautiful about these cards is, before I turn them over, to give you guys a heads up, they're not going to be like your traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This deck is much more spiritual, much more spiritually inclined, and brings you on a different journey with the major arcana. So I will not be equating them back to the zodiac as I usually do. That will be done as we go deeper with the animal totem deck that I will be using. This is the Witch's Wisdom deck. And what's beautiful about this deck is it's very in tune with our ancestral guides and our ancestors. And the person who made this deck is Phyllis, which was my grandmother's name. And my grandmother was also a Scorpio, so I feel her presence just so powerfully here during this time. So that's absolutely beautiful. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the 6 of Earth, the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Air, the 5 of Swords. The 8 of Earth, the 8 of Pentacles. The 5 of Earth, the 5 of Pentacles. The repeat of the number 5 is leading you towards freedom. The 7 of Earth, the 7 of Pentacles. The 10 of Fire, the 10 of Wands. The Star card, which here is number 5 in the major arcana, and it's submerging you in the essence of love and of spirit and of water, which is of course your sign. Then we have the 4 of Fire, the 4 of Wands. You have the Goddess of Air, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This would equate to the King in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Then you have the 9 of Air. You have the Pilgrim, which is the Fool in this deck, which is one of my absolutely favorite cards. And you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Earth. So that is gorgeous. Now let's see the people who will be aiding you during this time. Who are the people who will be aiding Scorpio? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Who are the people who will be aiding Scorpio? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic, these 3. So we have here the Lord. This is Aries energy. March 21st to April 19th is the time frame. This is somebody who is very strong, very much in charge of things. And you're going to be very drawn to this type of energy during this time, because you're going to be very drawn to speaking your truth, knowing your way forward, and not letting other people sway you. There is a sense here of you really holding on to your security, holding on to your stability and your decisiveness forward. So with this Aries card, you are really going to be inspired by people who do this, who sit there and say, this is my truth, this is how I see things, this is how I'm moving forward. And you're going to find yourself really inspired, but also emulating this aspect of life during this time. Now, this could be a person who inspires you through any sort of media whatsoever. And this can also be a person who you know in real life, who you just find their strength to be very inspiring. But I do see this more as you're kind of magpieing different places, different people. And it can be places that exude this strength for you. You're going to be really, it's almost like the sirens calling you. And I know that sounds so maybe whimsical. But, when, wasn't it Odysseus, who had himself tied to the mast so that he could hear the sirens call and he wouldn't be drowned. And that's going to be kind of your sentimentality during this time. It's like, I want to hear what is out there. I want to hear, the strength that is calling me forward, but not losing yourself within that quest. So it's going to be this balancing act that you have during this time. And we can see that within the cards quite clearly. And then we have the King of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who sees the interconnectedness of things, who very much calls forward wealth, and who is building this wealth within their life, within their understanding. And this is going to be a person who inspires you, because they're not taking the same old route that everybody else takes. They are moving forward in their truth. And you, Scorpio, you have to move forward in your truth. You're going to find that if you try to say, oh, well, my truth, is silly, or this doesn't matter, you're going to find that you feel as if you're drowning within the world. And not as if you are being completely submerged in your element, but as if you're losing the brilliance, the light, the joy. And so here with the King of Pentacles, this is a person who pulls things together, who sees this bigger picture and interconnects things. And that's going to be very inspirational for you and to you during this time. It's going to be very powerful. And that's going to be how you move forward. You're going to be very connected to this earth with the fire sign energy and with the earth sign energy. Very connected to, again, your abundance and your inspiration as you move forward. And then you have here Sagittarius energy. Now, if you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, this person can very much seem to just embody everything that you're seeking and questing for during this time. Even if you're not, on the cusp with Sagittarius, this is very much a fiery part of your understanding, as a way that you pull in energy together, with other people. And that's why we're seeing the togetherness here, yes, from spirit. And you are going to find that you're very spiritually inclined during this time. For you here, Scorpio, whenever you move forward, if you can move forward with a spiritual basis to yourself, with this sense of love and this power of divinity, you're going to find yourself more empowered, more emboldened than ever before. Here with the Sagittarius energy, this is you connecting with the ether. This is you connecting with spiritual power and with people, and just a quest forward towards a greater spiritual understanding. And that's what this person is going to open up for you. It's opening up that sense of there is joy, there is rainbows, there is blessings, there is beauty that comes. And as you're embracing this, you're really embracing the abundance of your life, because within your inner self, we can see that you've had enough of the trials and the tribulations and the angers and the upsets and the upheavals and the doubting and the questioning. It's like, how do I move forward? Where is my truth? When does it get to be my time? And we never just have our time magically fall into our laps. It is something that we seize, because there's a switch that kind of gets flipped in our minds. It's like, no, I'm going to go for it. Or, wow, I'm starting to see that this is where I feel comfortable. And why can't I embrace this more than I embrace other people's convention? And so you're moving forward in the power and in the truth of you. And as you do so, you're going to find your abundance comes. Now, it might not be financial abundance, the way that we all hope and cross our fingers that it will be, though I do wish that upon each and every one of you. It is going to be the abundance of your soul. It is going to be the abundance of what you desire, which calls forward wealth, which calls forward stability. We don't need millions upon millions or hundreds of thousands. Though it would be lovely, right? We do need the sense of connection with who it is that we are, how it is that we're moving forward, and what it is that makes us rich within our bodies, within our minds, within our spirits. And that's what you're really going to be connecting with during this time. It's kind of like, I don't need the biggest house, I don't need the fanciest car, but I do need to feel contented within my soul, within myself, and within my power. And you're going to find here, it's a very emotional time for you also. Not only are you being bathed in the waters of spirit and you are seeing your spiritual journey forward, you're also going to be forgiving yourself for a lot that has happened that was out of your control, or that, you didn't know better about. And so here, there's a lot of forgiveness coming forward. Yes, for other people, okay? Sitting there and saying, you don't get to have that power over my life, but we don't have to be best friends or break bread or anything like that. But the real forgiveness that has to be done here is the forgiveness of heart and soul and self, the forgiveness of hurt. Sitting there and saying, I was too small to do anything, or I was too much in love to do anything, or I really trusted that person and I didn't think they would, lead me wrong, and yet they did. And so here, when we look at things and we look at situations in our lives that have fallen apart, like the best friend who betrayed us, or, the person that we were madly in love with who just couldn't love us the same way, there needs to be a forgiveness, and that can lead to tears. And you can find that the tears come, but you are deeply and powerfully connected by spirit during this time. So this sense of opening up your heart to not forgiving everybody else, because sometimes we feel very righteous and very powerful when we forgive others. It's like, oh, look at what I'm doing. But it's so much more personal and so much more profound when we forgive ourselves and say, I'm not being held in that trap anymore. And as that forgiveness comes, you move forward in inspiration. The sacral chakra is where we hold a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives. So opening up the forgiveness, opening up your soul and yourself to what it is that you truly desire here on this earthly plane, and looking at your past lives, looking at your DNA curses that have been handed down from generation to generation, you're going to find that you're breaking the mold. You're sitting there and saying, why? Why does this get to be me? Why do I have to move forward this way? And you're going to see yourself embracing your inspiration, embracing your beauty, embracing your fire. And so here, you're putting an end to a lot that has almost seemed out of your control. With your past life, that's done through meditation, and that's done through a connection of heart and spirit, and seeing, okay, I don't know why this pattern kind of keeps on happening in my life. But with our DNA curses, this is the pain and the trauma and the drama that we inherit from whomever raised us, whether it be our parents, whether it be aunts and uncles or grandparents, or, through adoption. It doesn't really matter. But this is inheriting their hurts, their pains, and their disappointments. Now, if there are people who have raised you that aren't necessarily your parents, then your biological parents, this can also be looking at, kind of trauma that is just set in, kind of fears also of abandonment and hurt and disappointment that need to be addressed. And that goes with forgiveness here in order to inspire, in order to move forward. But it's also, if you do know your parents, it's looking at that parent that could have walked out, that could have said, you know what, this is too much, I'm done. And as a little child, you could have really internalized this and said, what was wrong with me? What was wrong with me that this gets to be a burden that I carry? And what we're realizing during this time is that these hurts, these pains, they don't have anything to do with us. They have everything to do with the person who spoke that negativity over us, who had that pain, who had that sorrow, and couldn't release it in order to love fully, truly, and unselfishly. So here, there is this power that's moving forward. There is this place that's opening up to you. And it's also understanding that sometimes, if that person walked out of our lives, maybe it was for the best. Maybe their hurt, their pain, like that parent that just walked out, was for the best, because we were given a chance. And that's what Spirit's saying here. And it's not putting anybody down, and it's not, judging anybody, but it's sitting there and saying there's a freedom here that you are releasing yourself. You're releasing yourself from a hurt and a pain to embrace a freedom, to embrace an inspiration, to embrace a new dawn. And these are the scars that happen when we're little, when we don't know any better, when we sit there and the world is all about us, and, everything has to come back to us because we're the center of our universe. And so here, it's looking at that time and saying, wow, all my scars build off of this. And all my truths are around this. And it's starting to forgive, and it's starting to embolden, and it's starting to move yourself forward in a way that says, I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible. And I am embracing my heart, my soul, myself. I'm taking the curses that have been passed down from generation to generation. You're just not smart enough. Our family never gets ahead. We always have to suffer. Everybody always does better than we do. You'll never be pretty. It's unfortunate that you look too much like your father, your mother, whomever. These nasty, nasty words that are spoken over us in rage when we are little. And it's releasing them. And it's saying, you know what? I'm done with this nonsense. I'm done with this nonsense because I'm embracing of the earth my power, my beauty, and my prosperity. And I'm balancing the scales within my life. I'm balancing my truth. And I'm seeing this harmony come forward. Because this is where I stand. And I'm just seeing here these rocks. They look like a sleeping dragon to me. And that's what you're embracing. You're embracing this scrying pool. You're embracing this feature. And you're gardening it. You're guarding it and gardening with it, yes. Planting the seeds of the beauty and the prosperity that's around you with this sleeping dragon, with this powerful truth. And it leads you to realizing that your angels and your spirit guides are right around you with the 5 of air. Now, the 5 of air shows karmic debt. It shows, past life deck. It shows DNA trauma and drama. And it is proven and has been scientifically proven that if your family line has been through great tragedy, the closer it is to where you stand, to your generation, it leads to scars. It leads to heightened anxiety. It can lead to, a failure to take risks because of the heightened anxiety. It can lead to a prelude to depression. And here you're going to see that you have the sacred feminine and you have the sacred masculine watching over you. You have God and divinity watching over you. You have both. Well, of course they're both, but you have both watching over you as you're moving forward. And you are the owls right here, being protected from the storm. And yes, you have to weather the storm again, because there's some truth that has to be seen. There's some greater understanding that has to, be a part of you. And as you're weathering the storm, you're seeing here, if you, view the sacred feminine as also your angels, as this beautiful power that is right there with you, watching you, protecting you, guarding you from the storm. And then you have divinity, you have God right here, or, however you say it, however you see it, watching over the both of you, sitting there and saying, I hold vigil, I hold court before you, and I will protect you as much as I possibly can. And there's a sense here of a freedom coming. There's a sense here of a beauty moving you forward. There's a sense of truth and a power and of a coming together that leads you to the Eight of Earth, the Eight of Pentacles, your hard work paying off. Because you are facing the storm, because you are looking at things differently, you're being embraced. You are looking at all your hard work and all your dedication and all your power and all your understanding and saying, this is time to move forward. This is where I need to be. This is who it is that I am. And this is what I've been seeking and searching and gaining an understanding for and because. And I'm freed. I am freed. All my hard work isn't in vain. There is beautiful protection around me. There is beautiful love that is a part of me. And this really moves you with the Five of Earth rooting you. Okay, so the Five of Earth is being on the outside of wealth. And here we have the little bunnies in their den. And we have, the hair up here. But we also have the skeleton of the hair. And this is why the ancestral curses were coming through so strongly. Because you have the way that you're moving forward. But you also have all the past. And it's a circle around you. A circle around you right here. And it is understanding that so much happens. People say children are resilient, and yes, they are. But we also carry so much of our scars and so much of the way we handle things from when we're little. And that can be rather tricky because, again, we're the center of our worlds. And so here we have the little baby bunnies guarded by the past and guarded by the future. And we also have here this beautiful rose quartz within the flowers. And there's this sense here of moving forward. There is this sense here of connection, but there is also this sense of death and rebirth and greater understanding and power and determination, which is what you're all about, Scorpio, within your life path. It's seeing how to walk the truth of what you desire, of where you need to be, of how you're moving forward, and not let anybody stop you. And here you're having this ancestral power really guide you forward, and you're having this power of the here and the now, and you need to come into harmony with the both of them, and with the grace of your truth and the destiny of yourself. And as you do so, within your heart, you see yourself running forward. You see yourself moving after what it is that you desire, where it is that you need to be. With the Seven of Earth, it's patience, though. Patience as you move forward to find the perfect grazing ground. Patience as you move forward to find where your heart truly wants to be and what you truly desire, and the joy that becomes a part of you. And that is such a blessing and a joy and a brilliance. And you're going to see yourself feeling rather anxious at times. It's like, will I ever get there? Will I ever be able to move forward the way that I want, the way that I need, the way that I desire? And the answer is most definitely yes, because divinity is protecting you. But don't hold on so tightly to the way that you envision things. Let divinity work around you, work with you, guide you forward, help you gain an understanding, because your life is going to be taking twists and turns, as you already know, that you hadn't expected. And it leads you here to the 10 of fire. It leads you to light within the darkness. It leads you to beauty and understanding. We have this beautiful cardinal right there. So we have the sense of illuminating the darkness and seeing the beauty and having the shadows cast back. And there is fire, and there's passion, and there is brilliance, and there is light, and there is truth. And as you do this, you release so much of the pains and the hurts and the disappointments, the angers, the upsets, the upheavals that have held you back for too long. And as you move forward in your truth and in your power and in your understanding, you move forward in the brilliance that is you. You gain this beauty. You see this power. You are lifted up. And you also see what you have been carrying for other people. You know, what you have sat there and thought, oh, I'm going to ease their load, and they're going to be so happy because of it. But they wind up being resentful. And so here it's kind of like, I can't pull anybody out of the darkness. I have to just walk in my light. And it can be that, yes, it doesn't mean that you stop helping people, Spirit is saying, but it means that you sit there and you can give aid, but life lessons have to be their life lessons. And Scorpio, you can't take them on yourself anymore, because you've reached an end of a cycle when it comes to your passion, when it comes to your connection, when it comes to your desire forward. And it submerges you into the light and into the healing waters of love, into, you know, the star of Venus crowning your head, to the moon, you know, blessing you as you move forward, but also the horns, which are a symbol of majesty, that guide you, that move you, that let you see things more truthfully, more honestly, and more brilliantly than you had before. And as you submerge yourself in the waters of the star, in the waters of your deepest hopes and dreams and wishes, in the great, you know, valley of your emotions, you see that you gain a greater understanding. You see that you gain a greater truth. And you are submerged in your very essence, in the waters that bind you, in the waters that move you, in the waters that inspire you. And you are going to find that divinity really is listening in a way that you hadn't anticipated, in a way that you wouldn't think that they actually were listening. And you are going to feel more contented, more centered, more stabilized as you embrace this truth and as you see this power really amplified around you. And it leads you to being rooted with the Four of Air, with the Four of Fire. And the Four of Fire is the Four of Wands. And this fox, as we see here in the Pilgrim, begins this spiritual journey with us. And here you have the fox looking after its kits. And you have one kit, you know, sitting right next to him, you know, being this little, like, mini me type of kit. And then you have the other two that are playing. And so the fox here has the joy and the beauty of watching, of seeing those become different than her and those who will be very similar to her as she moves forward. And she is embracing the love and the joy and the stability of home and self and what she is creating and what she desires. And that's what you're going to be doing. And that's what you're rooted in within your heart here. You're rooted in this homestead right back here with the fire, you know, coming up with I just see it as like the beautiful scent of warm baked bread and laughter and joy and people around the table. And there's this beauty and there's this passion to you that's coming in, and you're watching as your spirit guides embrace this beauty, embrace this love that you have, and help you to move forward, help you to see so much more than you had ever have thought, ever imagined. And it's opening up your life and your world and your joy and your understanding. And it's moving you to the goddess, and it's moving you to the goddess of earth in the public arena. It's like, I have so much more here going for me than I ever have imagined, than I could ever have dreamed of. And as this power becomes me, and as I become part of this power, there is such a greater truth and such a greater brilliance. And you are seeing the interconnectedness of things. You are seeing the way things are woven together and intertwined. And you're seeing the gossamer threads that are stronger than you ever thought they were. And it becomes this place of inspiration. It becomes this place of power as you enter into the public arena. And as you are seeing this, and you're seeing the different ways that you can move forward, and you're looking at the hurts and the pains of the past, however those manifested in your life, and you are finding yourself freed. Not that their strings aren't meaningful, all right, but that they don't have that power to hurt you anymore. They don't have that power to weigh you down. And as you do this, you see the honey that is around you. You see the sweetness. You see what you have worked towards. The 9 of air, the 9 of swords. You know, here you have the bees surrounding. And it could be surrounding a nest. It could be surrounding a foe. But it's it's taking away from the nightmares, because the 9 of air is nightmares. It's doubts, it's fears, it's angers, it's upsets, and it's what keeps us held back. And you're seeing through the work that you're doing with divinity, you're seeing through the power of your soul and yourself and your determination forward, that you are being freed, that you are opening up your world and your life to what you truly need, to what you truly desire, to where you truly want to be. And no longer are you being held back by that which has hurt you. You are seeing that no matter how much worry you give to something, no matter how much anger and fear and doubt you give to something, there is beauty around you. And there is a sense here of not wasting your energy on things that will not, first of all, understand that they have hurt you, and secondly, wouldn't care. And so as you're moving forward, you're not sitting there and saying, but I have to change this. You're sitting there and you're looking at it and saying, I see it, I respect it, but I'm moving past it because I can't be there anymore. I just can't live there anymore, in that heartbreak, in that disappointment, in that anger, in that upset. And that's what begins this pilgrim's journey for you. That's what begins this beautiful way forward to say, this is me. This is who I am. My spirit guides are guiding me on a journey that I never had anticipated, that is so much more than what I could have imagined. And I'm moving forward to where I need to be, spirit, soul, and self. I'm moving forward to what I truly desire and what it is that I long for. And this is a journey that brings you blessings to this earth, that brings you prosperity and bounty and moves you forward and builds you up and graces you and blesses you and has life becoming so much more than what you had thought it would be. And this is in the public arena. In the public arena, people might sit there and be like, Scorpio, you're not handling things the way that you usually do, or you're not, especially if they want to get your goat, they're not going to be able to. And they're going to sit there and really just be looking at you like something is different. Yeah, you're moving forward in these blessings. You're moving forward in this truth. You're sitting there and saying, this is what I'm planting within my life. This is the beauty, the abundance, and the bounty that gets to be a part of me. And I will move forward in this truth forevermore, never stopping, always becoming, always transforming, always being guided by the divinity that leads me to blessings and joys and beauty and laughter and celebration. So let's go deeper. Scorpio, January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Fantastic. And let's look at the people who will be aiding you, who you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Scorpio needs to be mindful of? January 1st to 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Who are the people that Scorpio needs to be mindful of? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Who are the people that Scorpio needs to be mindful of? January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So we have here the Queen of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is somebody who plays mind games, and they play them either really, really well, or they think they play them really, really well, and they're just giving you a headache. It's like, don't get involved in their mind games, in their schemes, in their plottings, because they'll want to pull you in, Scorpio, and you just can't. You just can't be part of their games. Then we have the Princess of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is somebody who is, astoundingly passionate, but also very, very fiery, like can get really mad really quickly, can twist your words. There is somebody here, I'm almost seeing this as like the same person who plays mind games, who twists words, who can have a really bad temper. And it's like, whoa, no. And then you have Cernunnos, which is Capricorn energy, time frame December 22nd to January 19th. This is a person who is a bit of chaos. Think of them kind of like, Cernunnos is like the god Pan in in Greek mythology. So it is the chaos of nature. You can't control it. It's where we get the word pandemonium from. So here it's kind of like they don't care really for better or for worse how things work out. It's just going to be to see what happens. And that's going to be very much this person's style during this time. It's like they don't really have an invested interest. Even if you think that you're really close, they're trying to get your goat, they're trying to rile things up, or they just don't have that ability to connect the way that most people do. And here it's just kind of like you have to walk away. You have to not get pulled in because they're going to want to pull you in because your energy is just ripe for the taking. You are entering into this beauty. You are moving into this grace and this power and this abundance and this fire and this love and this calming, healing essence that is around you. And they're going to want to take it for themselves. Don't let them. Don't let them. Move forward in your power and in your brilliance. So we have here the moon, Pisces energy, time frame February 19th to March 20th. You have then the 8 of Cups, and you have the 5 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the 6 of Cups, the 4 of Cups. I have a lot of cups here. The 2 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. All right, so you have the 8 of Pentacles. You had it here in the inner self. Okay, now you have it in the outer self, which you're seeing your hard work pay off. You have the 5 of Cups that came up. Did the 5 of Cups come up here? No, it was the 5 of Earth. And you have a repeat of another card. Okay, well, I'll find it when I get there. Oh, it's the 6 of Cups right here, and you have the 6 of Cups starting us off. Okay, so we have here the moon, and the moon is the connection to, it's not the darker, it can be the darker side of things, it can be the shadowed self, but it's also the connection to what your soul is desiring, how you're moving forward, how you're facing fears, how you are rising above. And that's because divinity is protecting you, and you're also seeing that you're innately guarding this beauty, this abundance, this, clarity of soul and love that helps you fly higher, that helps you soar to new heights. And it brings you then to the 8 of Cups. And the 8 of Cups is walking away from what you once thought you would love, because it's taken this hard work of the 8 of Pentacles, this hard work and this dedication to say, now I'm moving forward. Now I'm going after what it is that I need. Now I'm embracing my love, my joy, my prosperity, and my success. And there isn't a selfishness to it, but there is the sense of freedom and beauty and a walking away. Now, this could be a walking away from a bad relationship. This could be a walking away from something that you've just tried to make fit. You just thought, oh, if I put in enough time, I put in enough effort, it'll work. It could be a career. It could be, again, a relationship. It's something here that you just thought, if I just put in enough effort. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a relationship with somebody in your life, somebody who you just wanted it. You just wanted this to work out, and it's just not going to. And there's a sense of walking away, or, kind of taking away the expectations and saying, no, I'm not setting it up so you get to hurt me again. And it leads you to the 5 of Cups. It leads you to being able, with the 5 of Earth here, as you start to see the prosperity that is around you and the everlasting prosperity, and also the moving away from generational curses, the moving away from angers and doubts and fears that have been inherited time and time again, spoken over you before you could stop it. And now you're moving towards healing. And in the public arena, you really are embracing this healing, this love, this passion, this beauty that is changing the game. And it's no longer focusing only on the negative. It's bringing the positive back into life and back into being. And then you become a student of your prosperity as you move yourself forward, as you find the perfect grazing ground, and as your life is illuminated with joy and with happiness, and you put down the weights and the burdens that have held you back for too long, and you start to see, this is my passion, this is my joy, this is what I wanted to bring forward in the world before everybody else kind of mucked it all up. And now I get to have this bounty being a part of me. Now I get to have this beauty guiding me forward, and I become a student of my prosperity. And that leads you to the 6 of Cups. Now, as you are submerging in the waters of healing and of beauty, and you have life coming in, and you have your spirit guides absolutely connecting with you, there can be a time of nostalgia here that really comes forward, that makes you doubt, that makes you fear, that makes you think, oh, well, it was better when, and I wish I had those golden days back. But there is also a sense here of looking at so much of what you carry from the past that has held you down, that made you think, oh, well, this person said that was true about me, or I made so many mistakes before. How can I possibly move forward and joy now? And it's like, no, the past is in the past. Now it's time to embrace the beauty of now. Now it's a time to embrace the power and the prosperity of your heart, your soul, yourself, and to let that joy come in. And then it brings you to the Four of Cups, and the 4 over the 4 is really saying, listen to your inner self, listen to your inner guide, your inner spirit, because divinity is handing you a gift that kind of rocks your world. But it's not going to seem like a gift when you first get it. It's going to seem rather out of place, rather kind of old-fashioned, or it's not going to be as pretty as all the other cups. I just see the 4th cup that is given to us by divinity as being a cup that is really well worn, or hand carved, really kind of crudely made. It's not as pretty and shiny as we're used to, but as we embrace it and as we accept it as a gift, it starts to be the most valuable possession, or the most valuable thing that has ever come into our lives. And it moves you then to the 2 of Cups. It moves you to a healing. It moves you to love. It moves you to a greater understanding. And it's these gifts being poured out. And yes, you're in the water, and there's more here than you anticipated with the goddess of earth, and with the 9 of air. There's a freedom that's coming, and it's healing, and it's blessing, and it's the Minor Arcana Lovers card. And at times it can feel like the love is lost, but it's not. It is empowering, and it is moving you forward, and it is helping you see the new horizon that you are walking and that you are being privy to as the world is opening up to you. And it leads you then to the 8 of Pentacles. It leads you to knowing that all your hard work pays off as your seeds have been planted, and as you ascend in this power, in this grace, and in this beauty. And your subconscious spirit animal message. Here, let's see. Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. January 1st to the 15th, 2021, Scorpio. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic, these 3. We have here the groundhog spirit. It says it's time to let go, time to let go, time to let go of what's been hurting the heart. Because we're seeing, and it's so beautiful to start this new year with such a beautiful cleanse, such a beautiful freeing, emotional aspect, a spiritual aspect of this time, that I get to move forward, I get to let go, and I get to embrace my heart, my truth, and myself. As you do so, you have the buffalo spirit. It says the abundant universe will provide. It will. And it sounds so kind of willy-nilly to say, or like, wishy-washy to say, oh, the abundant universe will provide. I won't have to do anything. It's like, no, we do have to do things to make sure that the abundant universe provides. But there is enough that we don't have to sit there and strive to be, to outdo everybody else, to be absolutely, the awe of everyone. To be happy, to be contented, to be stable, to be secure. That is beauty, and that is real prosperity that even people who have billions of dollars don't have. And so here, knowing that you are protected, that as you work and as you embrace your gifts and as you connect with divinity, you will see the abundant universe provides. Things fall into alignment in a way that you hadn't anticipated. And then the skunk spirit, know your worth. Don't underestimate yourself, and stop underselling yourself. Know that you are moving forward in blessings and in truth and in prosperity. And know your worth. Know that you are valuable beyond measure, and know that you are loved beyond reason. Now your subconscious spirit animal message is the turkey spirit. Give with gratitude and with grace to the world, to the energy around you, to yourself, to your soul. As you move forward, it is time to fall in love with life again. Your subconscious person message is the Princess of Swords. The Princess of Swords is somebody who is seeking out the truth, somebody who is diving deeper, who is looking at things differently, somebody who is cutting through doubts and fears. You're not always going to be the most mindful with your words at times. So that is something to be aware of and try to be mindful of, because you're going to speak from the heart with truth. And because you have people around you who are going to be a little bit more cunning, okay, they can try to twist your words around. Don't let them. Don't let them ensnare you. Just don't. Just be mindful of that. Be warned. Your subconscious chakra message is communication, the throat chakra. You are communicating your abundance and your brilliance to the world. And you are communicating with people on such a different level. Like, you are communicating so much deeply, so much more passionately, so much more. You're picking up on everything. So just know that when most people are communicating on one level, you're communicating on multifaceted different levels. And that adds such a complexity to what you're bringing to the conversation. But it can also make things just a little bit complicated, because you're going to be able to see when they're lying. You're going to be able to, know when they are being evasive, right? But it might not be in conjunction with your conversation. It might be with something else. So just know that you're going to be picking up on a lot of things during this time, and it can be a bit difficult to sort through and know what's meant for you and what isn't, what is just part of their journey that they're going through at this time. Your subconscious tarot message is the Witch of the Earth, okay? This connects you. The Witch of the Earth is connected with the Knight in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. You are protecting what is so valuably and personally yours. This has been through time, through effort, through, Spirit is just saying through a coming of age. And this is your coming of age of power and of truth and of brilliance and of passion. And there is a magic to you. There is a way that you are connecting with the earth, with yourself, that is breathtaking, and that it just takes you to the next level. To go deeper, here we have the Ace of Wands. We have God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of passion, handing you a gift of fire and truth, and a coming together and seeing things more succinctly, more passionately within your life. It's like, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is where I need to be. And this gift starts connecting you with the reason why you get out of bed in the morning. Instead of just it being all the responsibilities that you have, it's like the fire, the passion, the truth. And you are embracing this in a way that you haven't before, or in a way that you thought might have just been gone. It's like, well, this isn't for me, or I have to stop being a dreamer, and I have to start, being really, really super sensible all the time. And divinity is saying, no, hold on to your dreams. Hold on to this brilliance of heart and soul and self. You will see the world open. And you are going to see your world open quite extraordinary, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. And I wish you a blessed new year. So let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as you are seen, as you are truly, honestly, and powerfully seen within this world during this time, as you ascend to your power, and as you leave behind so much of the hurt and the baggage and the heartbreak that has made up life. And you use it now as the wisdom that guides instead of the baggage that overwhelms. All right, so let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio.